Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Jai Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We are broadcasting from a different location than I am used to, so excited for that as just an opportunity and a different experience. And we're going to talk today about the full moon in Capricorn, the second full moon in Capricorn that is happening this Cancer season on the last day of Cancer season at 29 degrees. Before we dive into that, I do have a couple of announcements to make, and I might as well show you on my website. So if you give me one moment to tune in here, there are two really awesome things that are happening and that I can actually show you on the screen. So the first one is we have our Goddess Astrology School, which begins on August 22nd. This class is going to focus on everything about the goddess, the sacred feminine, the finding these things in a chart. Where do you find these things? A lot of it has to do with the asteroids, the goddess asteroids. It also has to do with the ancient goddesses like Isis and hello Raessa, welcome in, and Hathor. We're going to talk about for 6 weeks in a row the dark goddess, Medusa, Black Moon Lilith, Hecate, Eris, more. In week 2, the light goddess, White Moon Selena, Pallas Athena. Week 3, the Egyptian asteroids and the Atlantean goddesses like Hathor, Nut, Isis, Osiris, Nephthys, and Set, looking at these markings in our chart. Week 4, we're going to talk about the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone, Vesta, Ceres, Juno. And week 5, Moon Magic, the moon and her cycles and manifesting with the moon. And on the last week, Goddess Venus in our natal chart, the Venus star point, the Venus phases, and how to interpret those in a chart. When you sign up for the class, you get entered to win a free copy of my Seasons and Stargates book. And I honestly can't wait. I made this class super affordable. So if you want to pay in full, it's just $222. And if you want to do a payment plan, you can do $111 for 2 months. And that it's easy as that. And these classes have been super fun. We just recently finished our STARSEED astrology school, and that was freaking amazing. So hopefully you feel inspired to join us for this. I would love to see you there. And then the other announcement is our astrology school and mentorship, which starts this weekend. Now this I am so excited about because it's been quite a long time coming. People have been asking me for a course and a class like this for a long time, wanting to learn astrology, wanting to learn how to interpret astrology. And this is it. Like, we're going to go over from the most fundamental aspects of astrology all the way to reading charts, reading transit charts, reading synastry charts, looking at soul contracts in a chart. I mean, it's going to be freaking powerful and in-depth. And the coolest thing about it is that this class is a whole year. And I've made a commitment to myself to keep these classes affordable for people. And so the payment plan for this school is only $50 a month. So I was telling when we did our Q&A information session, I was telling people, like, I would be jumping on that if my teacher offered a school at that price. So what are we going to cover? Here are some of the things, because we are going to cover more than this, but we're going to go into the fundamentals of astrology, planets, signs, houses, aspects, natal charts, transits, progressions, synastry and relationships, soul contracts, moon cycles, retrogrades, and I can promise you there's going to be much more than that, because my classes always expand and grow as they are happening. And a whole year of school is going to be so amazing. So what we're going to do in this class is we're going to meet every month, twice a month. There's a free giveaway, the same as the other school. If you sign up, you get entered to win a copy of my book, Seasons and Stargates, your annual astrology guide for 2024 and 2025, which is literally the astrology for the entire astrological year. And we're going to be meeting basically on the 2nd. We start this weekend on Saturday, and it's our orientation. And then beginning in August, we're going to meet the 2nd and the 4th week, the 4th Saturday, 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month. The first one will be a lecture, and then the second meeting will be the discussion. But in between, we're all going to be looking at a chart and doing homework and studying and interpreting, and then coming together and sharing our findings. So if you want to pay in full, you can definitely do that for $600. And the payment plan is only $50 a month. So this is your chance. If you want to learn to interpret astrology with Jai Gobind, this is it. Don't miss this opportunity. We begin this weekend on Saturday, July 20th at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And you can find all of this information by clicking on the links in the description of this video or going to my website, channelforgrace.com. So I am so excited about that. There's so many things too, you guys, that I recommend that you join and help and become a part of the community. We have a free global community where you can get to know other people from this community, attend free events and gatherings, and receive other types of information, astrological, human design, all kinds of awesome stuff. And I also have other courses, and everything is available within our community. So you can check that out by going to the links again in the description of the video, creating a login password, and you'll have access to all of these awesome free things. Plus, get opportunities to join the paid courses. And of course, our Starseed membership. We just finished our Leo season workshop. And in this workshop, we use the book, the Seasons and Stargates book, to understand what the season brings, what are all the themes that it represents, how to incorporate that into our lives, what does it mean for us both collectively and individually, and then also where is this happening in our chart, which is the most important part. Because when you know where something is happening in your chart, you know the bigger theme of how it's going to be affecting you. So that replay was just uploaded a couple hours ago, so you can watch that if you missed the workshop. And there's also awesome workshops in the Starseed membership, along with tons and tons of content, including videos, articles, posts, meditations, journals, new and full moon energies and celebrations and rituals for the Celtic Wheel holiday. So it's pretty amazing all the way around. So let's actually, I want to say hi to everybody that's here. Hello, Dancing River of Stars. Welcome in. Hello, Ella. Hello, Bernadine. Hello, Raessa. Hello, Nelly. It's so good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Yes, it's been quite the crazy energy, to say the least, happening in life in general, both collectively and I think in our lives as well. And we do have, I'm going to get that screen share ready again, but we do have this second full moon in Capricorn that is happening this weekend on Sunday. We're actually doing a special event with my friend Heather. It is an opportunity to watch both of us do a live reading, and I'm inviting you to come join us. And this is one of these free events that you can join in our community. It's actually going to be in a webinar. I'll probably be going live on YouTube, but you can RSVP and add it to your calendar by going into our global community and having access. You get like early access, which is awesome. And I can't wait. It's going to be this weekend. I'm actually going to be in Oregon to do this broadcast with Heather, staying with her. And yeah, I can't freaking wait. So let's look at this chart and let's start to dive into some of the energies of this full moon and some of the things that are really significant and really important about the moon. So one of the most important things, or the most significant things about this moon one of them is that it's happening at 29 degrees of Capricorn. We had a full moon in Capricorn at the beginning of Cancer season when the sun entered Cancer, literally on the day of the solstice, the summer solstice. We started with a new moon, or a full moon in Capricorn, but it was in the very, very early degrees. Now we end this season with another full moon in Capricorn at the last degree, which is known in astrology as a critical degree. Let's show you a little bit more clearly where this is happening in the chart. So there it is. Moon at 29 degrees, 8 minutes. Sun at 29 degrees, 8 minutes. They are making their opposition. And one of the things that you have to look at when you're looking at a full moon, besides, the things that we would normally, hello Carmelola, welcome in. The things that we would normally think of as pertaining to full moon are heightened sensitivities, heightened emotions, celebration, feeling like the energy has completed. And this really is a culmination, because it is the last day of Cancer season, and then the next day the sun enters Leo. And the energy completely shifts. So the full moon magnifies and intensifies this emotional frequency, and it is in Capricorn. So some of the things that are really important about Capricorn is it's ruled by Saturn. It is a sign where the moon doesn't necessarily feel the most comfortable. Maybe it feels a little bit of restriction of the emotions, but it is a focus on ambition, goals, showing up for the world, knowing, hello Jeanette, welcome in, knowing like where you want to go, where you stand, and how are you going to put in the work that will take for you to complete these goals. And it's a very important thing. And it's this Saturn rulership that we have to look at. Where is Saturn in the chart? And Saturn in the chart is right over here at 19 degrees of Pisces. He's channeling the energy of Neptune, who is at 29 degrees of Pisces. And this moon happens to be actually making an exact sextile to Neptune. 29, 29. 29 is a crazy degree. It's like the energy has both reached a bit of a completion, but it's also preparing for the next mutation. Because when you transition from one energy to the next, from one sign to the next, there is a mutation, there is a shift. And we have reached the end of this Cancer season, and there's a big lesson. So I would ask yourself, I would ask myself, what is the biggest lesson that I've learned during this Cancer season? What are the things that I've allowed myself to explore? What have I learned about my feelings, my emotions? What have I seen unfold in this realm of home and family, which Cancer represents? Have I allowed myself to flow? These are all the contemplation questions that this energy brings to us. Now, a sextile to Neptune is going to heighten our intuition. And Saturn being the dispositor of this energy, it even magnifies that. It is like the wise sage speaking through this energy of like Christ consciousness. And this wisdom comes through the infinite, like the cosmic mind, the Akashic, the all. That's what Pisces basically represents. Pisces is also the last sign of the zodiac, and it also represents a completion, an ending, a realization, an enlightening experience, the moment of enlightenment that arrives. The other thing that's really important about this full moon is that it is making a conjunction to Pluto. Pluto and the moon are literally 1 degree away, and Pluto is going to be going back into Capricorn, into 29 degrees in a few months. And then he's gonna, because he's retrograde, he's going back into Capricorn one more time. And that's the ending of Pluto in Capricorn. So this moon is bringing up, especially if you look at the collective sphere, it's bringing up the breakdown of the structures of humanity, of the earth. Like this is because Saturn and Capricorn represent structure. The major structures such as like of, you know, the systems and the things that like hold our world together are crumbling. And so there is a reminder of that process that we are currently in. And it's been a long time coming, but it is showing us maybe a glimpse of some of the things and collective events that we're going to be seeing for the next months, specifically during the time when Pluto is back in Capricorn. So, what are some of the things that are, you know, breaking down? Also in your own life, what are some of the things that you are learning to let go? I mean, in my own personal life, I feel like so much has like, especially at a foundational level, at a structural level, has like dissolved and crumbled. And the cool thing is there's something new taking place. There is something new coming in for all of us. So where is this happening in your chart is important to look at, because it'll show you where the crumbling is happening and the rebirth is also awakening. And it's really powerful. And this is what this full moon is really highlighting in terms of like the collective energy. So when we look at some of the other aspects that are happening here, this is actually really cool and beautiful things. So we see over here in Gemini, we've got Uranus and 26 degrees of Taurus. We have Mars at 0 degrees of Gemini. Do you know what is right here? There is a star called Alcyone, and that is the main star of the Pleiades. So the Pleiades, Mars is drive and motivation. So this is about aligning our action with the change that we want to see in the world. Very Gandhi-like, right? But by raising our frequency, by raising our vibrational frequency. so that we are focusing on doing those things that raise the vibration. Because the Pleiades are about like that pure light energy, and when we're tapped into that, it's like we elevate and we hold space for passion, joy, creativity, and letting the inner child play. Super powerful there. And the fact that Pluto is making a trine to that energy, and the moon is trining Uranus. So unexpected events have been showing up, and they will continue to show up in the next few months. And this is like a foreshadowing energy. That's why this specific moon is very, very important. So we've got this powerful trine that brings harmonious energy, that invites in motivation, determination, drive, passion, intensity. All of those things are what we need to like really do the things and put in the work and the effort to make our dreams come true. Then you have Jupiter at 12 degrees, which is actually, Jupiter here at 12 degrees is on Orion. And Orion is the ultimate opening to the Akashic. Orion is the ultimate expansion of consciousness, tapping into the 9th dimension, which is the void. And the void is basically what we would consider, or what we would call, God. It's the nothingness, it's the neutral space. And in that space, we truly understand like everything about existence. Orion energy is also very alchemical. It's mercurial because it's in Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So it's mercurial, and it invites the opening of the mind. And remember, Jupiter in Gemini is a powerful transit for all of us. We talked about this in our Jupiter in Gemini video or workshop that we did in the membership, about how this is a journey of going through the underworld and going in, but then coming back out and returning home, renewed with a new sense of self. And that's a big part of the journey that we are currently moving through. So this full moon is highlighting a lot of things, because like when a full moon happens, it's like it magnifies the energy of everything else. And having this beautiful trine is activating that. Also, you have, Jupiter making a trine to the South Node, helping us remember what's important. What are the most important things? And looking back and making the transition into like what takes us towards our destiny. And right now, North Node Aries is all about finding our sense of self, understanding who we are. We just lost connection, even though you guys can still see it. Finding our sense of self and who we are, and bringing in the courage to trust in who we are, without knowing exactly how things are going to go, but trusting. And that's a big deal. That's the challenging thing. That's the thing that we're being basically challenged to do at this time. So that's the power of this full moon. We also have Mercury in Leo, and I love that because it's actually pretty close to Regulus. There we go. There's the share again. It's pretty close to Regulus. It's like a few degrees away. And the Regulus energy invites that lion heart to come out. And Mercury in Leo is an open heart and open mind, but a meeting of hearts more than anything else. Leo is loyalty. Leo is love. Leo is, yes, it needs to be seen and it needs to be heard. And that's very important to Leo energy. You also have Venus in Leo as well. And that is desiring that. We desire the connection that's like long lasting, everlasting. With Leo being the ruler of the sun, and the sun being the star, it represents fixed fire. And this is the fire that never dies. It's fixed. It's long lasting passion. It's long lasting joy, it's long lasting love, and a big open heart. So what I see from this moon in terms of the astrology, I see positive new changes coming in. I see reawakenings. I see things dissolving. I see us facing our shadows so that we can move into the light. I see us remembering the wisdom of the heart, dropping from the head to the heart, and then coming back to the mind, and knowing which direction to move. I see us trusting our intuition more. I see us listening to the deeper wisdom that lives within, I see us connecting more with our higher self. All of these beautiful and powerful themes inviting us to remember like our mission, to remember our magic, and to allow spirit guides, angels, and teachers, specifically the star families like the Pleiades, the Orions, also Pegasus, the Lyrans, also the Sirians, also there's a lot of powerful starseed energy within these signs and within these degrees, and they're all like coming out to play as we watch and witness, both collectively and in our lives, the breaking down of the old systems, the old structures, and the awakening of new structures. And that is what Pluto in Aquarius is bringing in. New systems, a whole new world, literally a whole new world. I think this is beautiful. I think that this can be an inspiration for you to like get to work. You know, what do you want to create? What are your goals? What are your ambitions? What do you want in this world? And when you give yourself to that, and you know where you're going and you have a clear vision, then you'll get there. You'll manifest it. I think a big part of this is also learning to be patient and knowing that things take time and you have to commit for the long haul. And that's what this moon is reminding us. Commit for the long haul to what you really truly want in your life. And that new world will come to fruition because you've committed to it. That's why I think this is so beautiful. Let's look at the Seasons and Stargates book and go into what this moon actually represents for us. This is what I wrote about it. We've got Alcyon, Orion, and Algol activation. We've got the crown chakra, so connecting to our higher self. We have the skeletal system focusing on foundations and structures. And we have the 60th gene key and 60th gate in human design, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But this full moon in Capricorn is the only double full moon that we are going to see this year. So this energy of Capricorn is a big deal to pay attention to. We may even see a lot of the insights come through when Capricorn season arrives later in the year. This is going to be a very emotionally intense moon, simply because of the fact that it's happening at the last degree of Capricorn, with Saturn retrograde during this time, which is actually important, a significant thing to think about. This is a time of reflection on our spiritual journey and on our spiritual beliefs. We have to be open to new ways of doing things as well as new energy coming in. Our intuition will be heightened during this time, so we must trust it. We may feel at odds with the deeper part of ourselves, but must trust in the healing opportunity that this will bring. Remember that there are still beautiful things in the world to aspire to, and if we focus on the future, we will always be inspired to keep moving through any challenging energy that shows up. You may be surprised at how excited you are for the future and experience a change in routine that can actually feel liberating. Follow that energy. Your intuition will guide you towards right action, and you may feel a deep determination driving you forward. That is the power of the astrological lens of this second full moon in Capricorn. And we always, in this astrological broadcast, look into the gene key that the moon lands on. And so from the Richard Rudd book, The Gene Keys, I'm going to read about this energy, which actually moves from the shadow of limitation to the gift of realism to the city of justice. And the descriptive phrase for this gene key is the cracking of the vessel. It's actually one of the real powerful energies. And when we watch when we do the transit reading for the human design gate, we're going to talk about the channel of mutation, which this energy is a part of. So what does this gene key, this city of justice, really represent? What's the highest vibrational frequency that we can tune into with this full moon in Capricorn? And it is the Earth ship Merkaba. The 60th city is an extremely rare city. There are some things in life that are quite simply a mystery, and the 60th city is one of them. It is called justice, but the true meaning of this word in acidic context is utterly different from our usual interpretation of it. As we have seen already, the 60th gene key concerns the laws and limitations that govern our world of matter. At the gift level, there is the intellectual understanding that these laws are not quite what they seem, reflected in the modern scientific view of quantum physics, and that there appears to be a force operating outside the laws governing physical reality. This force may be called God, grace, magic, fate, or even chance, but the fact is that it lies beyond our human control. And that's one of the keys here. It's surrendering. Part of this process is surrendering to the change and the shift. When a human being attains acidic state, it is a rare event because we are all connected through the universal field of consciousness. This event has repercussions for all sentient life. It doesn't matter whether the person in this state ever even sees another human being. Their realization creates a great swell within the ocean of human consciousness, and the waves from this high frequency surge affect all human beings. Depending on the flavor of the city, that is, its specific coding, the upsurge in consciousness affects our universe in different ways. Someone who attains the 25th city of universal love, for example, activates a huge opening in the collective heart field that surrounds and connects all beings and creatures on our planet and beyond. Such an event will lead to all kinds of breakthroughs in the human world of form. So when a being attains self-realization through the 60th city, something quite extraordinary happens, and to the shadow consciousness, something very frightening. The fundamental laws that govern physical existence are loosened, and in some cases broken altogether. At a collective genetic level, this kind of event is called a frame shift mutation. When it occurs, the reading frame within the whole of human DNA shifts so that the way in which the genetic code is translated is totally different. At a macrocosmic level, this has not happened very often in human history. And for this reason, the 60th city still remains a mystery. True justice, realized at a divine level, is not a phenomenon human beings can easily understand. However, the coming of justice is lodged within the collective psyche, being reflected through the 60th gene key and its chemical counterpart within your DNA. Thus, almost all cultures have myths or religions promising a day in the future when the gods will descend on earth and pronounce their judgment on all living things. This myth, embodied, for example, in the Christian notion of Judgment Day, is a jaded human interpretation of the power of the 60th city. It is what we understand as divine justice. Because we humans think in terms of our morality, we generally see justice in terms of punishment and reward. More often than not, we see it in terms of retribution. Even our most sophisticated spiritual and scientific systems think of life in terms of cause and effect or karma. This is due to the limitation of being caught in a dualistic reality. However, the true concept of justice is not bound by laws at all. It could best be described as acausal. When something is acausal, it means that it happens for no reason that we can see or understand. In an acausal reality, causes do not lead to effects, and thus, there can be no justice as we understand the word. If someone were to kill someone in an acausal world, they would never be punished. There would be no such thing as duality. Therefore, no separate person would exist to commit such a crime. How then are we to imagine such a reality? The answer is that we cannot. The 60th city really does represent Judgment Day. It is the end of our illusion of right and wrong, good and bad, fair and unfair. The 60th city breaks all the laws of our reality, beginning with the law of time. Whereas we see time in a sequence, the 60th city experiences all time in the present. This means that there is no event horizon or sense of linearity, meaning that the person manifesting this city can therefore travel through time. The second law that the 60th city breaks is the law that holds form itself together, what we call gravity. In other words, these people are able to travel not only through time, but also through space. The laws of gravity that hold atoms together and maintain order within our cosmos are completely smashed by this city. Our popular mythologies contain many stories of eyewitness accounts of people flying or beings from other worlds coming to Earth. Some of these accounts may be taken from manifestations of the 60th city. Many of the great esoteric schools, among them the Tibetan, the Taoist, and the Egyptian, have detailed accounts of masters who attained the body of light or the rainbow body. These are examples where the laws that govern our world of form have been broken, and this manifests through a mutation of the physical vehicle of the body. In India, there is a mythic Himalayan yogi known as Babaji. Hello, Lish. Many myths surround this man, who is said to appear from time to time across the centuries. I'm getting chills. Materializing in form, appearing, and then disappearing. Other cultures have similar legends and stories that fire popular imagination, but are seen as superstition by the general consciousness. There is enormous magic hidden within this 60th city. It is true magic because, hello Marisela, it is acausal. It cannot be learned, mastered, or imitated. Every time a being attains enlightenment through the 60th city, magic comes pouring through this being, and they become a phenomenon, a symbol of the breaking of the laws of form. Remember, this is where Pluto is, you guys. This moon is conjunct Pluto. Pluto right now is in this gene key. He's been here for a while. This is an energy that has been like lingering and holding on for so long, and it's going to shift soon. We're going to transition to a different gene key in terms of the Pluto energy. But right now, this is being highlighted because this moon is conjunct Pluto. They're on the same gene key. That's crazy. This is known as the channel of mutation in human design. It's intense. At the collective level, the 60th city will be one of the very last cities to dawn. This is why we have always interpreted it as Judgment Day. When the 60th city begins to ignite in multiple beings, it will be the ending of the world as we know it. Everything will indeed be revealed in its true sense. The laws that hold together the earth will crack, and our planet will begin to transmute. The 60th city has been known by certain esoteric schools as the Merkaba, the chariot of light. The true collective Merkaba is the earth herself, the spirit of Gaia. When the earth disappears, it will do so suddenly, and all the cells that have held the consciousness that we call Gaia will move to another reality. Only then will we really know what divine justice means. And it will have no meaning whatsoever on an individual level. Hello, Olga. We have absolutely no idea what this event will look like or feel like. But those with the 60th city hold the key to this ultimate magical occurrence. Did you hear that? Those with the 60th city or gate hold the key to this ultimate magical occurrence. And we should remember that from the point of view of the 60th city, this has already occurred. Every human being knows this is our future, as it lies secretly encoded in the deep limitation of our material DNA. However, certain divine laws conceal those higher aspects of our own nature from our view. We have to finally evolve to be able to see them. And the two great laws that we must evolve beyond are gravity and time. These two laws are not absolute, but completely relative to awareness. The binary helix of our DNA is microcosmically composed of these two laws. DNA holds memory, and it acts as the living, evolving local structure for sentient life. Evolution demands time, and location demands space. When awareness passes beyond these two laws, they are seen not as false, but as lower frequency signatures of higher divine laws. Beyond our human form, other realities and dimensions exist. The cosmos is teeming and abundant with interdimensional life forms. In more advanced forms of life, the mirror of DNA is no longer a binary structure, but a trinary helix. The triple helix unites all beings beyond space and time and frees awareness to travel unimpeded throughout the cosmos. However, the triple helix cannot support a carbon-based life form. It requires a far subtler structure or vehicle, the underlying geometry of the universe itself. Wow, that's quite something. This gene key is like, wait, what? Holy moly. The cracking of the vessel. I love this. From limitation to realism to justice, divine justice, the laws of the universe, activating our Merkaba. This is what this full moon is all about. It's also at a human frequency. When I think of the shadow of limitation of this gene key, it's like working. finding the magic of working within the limitations to manifest the mutations. Like surrendering to the fact that there are certain things in our three-dimensional reality that limit us. But how do they limit us? They limit us because in the world of form and matter, we have a hard time believing in things that are different than this world, than this reality. And so a big part of this mutation is about letting go of our human existence, our physical existence, and realizing that we are more than just physical beings. We're like spiritual beings having a human experience. And in this human experience, we function through these laws of time and space, through these dimensions of time and space. But there is so much more to uncover. There's so much more to see. And I think that that's the biggest sort of trajectory as a species in this universe, on this planet, is to transcend time, transcend space, transcend the physical. And when we do, that's when the mutation happens. So we recognize the limitations that exist within our world, and we have patience and we wait for the opportune moment, for that magical like click and switch to happen, which we can't predict. That's the thing about this energy. You cannot predict it. You can't plan it. You can't prepare for it. It's going to happen like suddenly, out of nowhere. And when it does, instantly things will be different. Instantly things will change. Instantly things will mutate. So we are like in this sort of like pressure cooker right now in humanity, with this energy of Pluto like just holding on to this freaking jinky, because it's such a slow moving planet. And now the moon, the full moon, being like, what's up, Pluto? Let's highlight this energy. Let's shine a strong light on it. Let's like bring it to the surface. I mean, what's going on in the collective? Like things, there's like so many unexpected events. Like the timeline could have gone this way, but it's going this way, you know? And these sort of like surprises. Oh my God, I'm having all these like crazy images of like the different timelines that are possible, and Uranus providing this like unexpected, and this energy too of the channel of mutation, providing this like unexpected things and energies that can really happen at any time. I don't know if you guys, maybe you guys feel this too, but lately I've been feeling like something is around the corner. Like there's something that's about to happen. We're in the pressure cooker, and I feel the holy moly. I think the energy is about like the world it is changing, but it's about to change in like a big way. But we don't know when it's going to happen, but we can like feel it, you know? And I think that that's a little bit about what this 60th gene key and this 60th gate mean, and what they're about. So if we can somehow bring all of these teachings and all of this awareness into our personal lives, and definitely look at where this is happening in our chart, we can gain some insight into how this is going to unfold in our lives and what this is bringing into our lives. But the ultimate thing that I feel from all of this is that we're all experiencing the breakdown of the old structures, the breakdown of everything in our own personal way. Yes, in the collective, but in our own way. Something in our life, like something that we thought was like, this is how everything works, this is how I do life, this is how I live, this is how I should live, this is what I should do, is completely breaking down, and it's making space for a whole new life. And we're all stepping into a whole new life, a new beginning, a rebirth. That's very Plutonian too. Pluto is the ultimate planet of liberation, and he's sitting right here in this spot, you know, just waiting for the mutation to happen. Holy shit, my broadcasting thing said 4444 when I said that. Dude, you guys, I've been seeing numbers this whole week, this whole trip, so I'm in LA right now, I've been seeing 222, 333, 444, 111. I mean, just constantly the entire trip. And I just keep laughing because I'm like, oh my God, it just keeps happening over and over again. And I'm like, I love that because the universe speaks of synchronicities, and it's like an exciting thing. Like, ooh, there's communication going on. It is really, really a powerful time to be alive. But there's an energy also that's keeping us on our toes. So if you're able to surrender to the fact that, yes, we live in this third dimension and there are certain rules to the game here, there's also a way to evolve or transcend, not the rules, but transcend the dimension of time and space. And that's through activating our Merkaba. And this literally talks about the Merkaba. Raessa says same. Olga says me too. We are, okay, so how do you activate the Merkaba? Maybe we should do a workshop. I don't know. But we're literally doing that in the Starseed membership, because to activate the Merkaba, you need to look at your astrology. According to the ancient Atlanteans, the Merkaba is activated, the vehicle is activated by moving through time and space, but healing, doing the true healing work. It's like wisdom, will, love through matter, energy, and vibration. Like the dimensions that hold everything together. We are a spirit that descends into matter, and in matter we have a mission, in matter we have structure, in matter we have like a trajectory. That's why we have our little map. It's called your astrology natal chart. It's a map. It's your treasure map. Oh my God, I don't think anyone's ever described it like that. I see a little treasure map that points to, there's a north node, there's a south node, there's your sun, there's your moon. Like, these things are very, very important to know. And in your little map, it shows you literally how to activate your Merkaba. When you follow the cycles of time and space, because we're in the third dimension, then by looking at your chart, meaning you go through Aries season, Taurus season, Gemini season, Cancer season, Leo season, and so on and so forth, one by one, with consciousness and awareness through your little map. That's how you activate your Merkaba. You are matter, energy, vibration here in the physical. And you need to connect with wisdom, will, and love, which literally says the will to move forward, the will to follow your mission, your destiny, the wisdom that you pull to be able to do it, and the love that activates. When you activate your wisdom, your will, and love within yourself, you like turn on the Merkaba. And it is the thing that this 60th Jinki is talking about. You transcend time and space. And that would be how this 60th Jinki manifests in a person, is they activate their Merkaba. So kind of crazy, but damn, the sacred geometry, it's the twin flames, not in the way that most people think of twin flames nowadays. The twin flames meaning the two tetrahedrons that represent the element of fire that form the Merkaba. They need to be turned on. They need to be activated. And you do this by moving through life with wisdom, will, and love. Activating matter, energy, and vibration by looking at your little star map. It tells you exactly how to do it. It's like you need to just look at your map and follow it and know what it means. And that's like your own unique imprint. That's like your own, you have the key. You just need to know how to put it in and turn the key. So this is crazy, you guys. I just like went off on a tangent, and I actually really enjoyed that. That's really fun for me because it really brings this energy of this full moon alive. So this is big. This is like a big deal. And we have all of like everything available to us to tap into it. So in your life, maybe I can read these things to you because I feel like they're very significant. Although I'm probably going to read this again on Sunday when we do our special full moon ritual and reading, which I'm going to do with special guest Heather Franks. She is an amazing past life regressionist, Akashic record reader, crystal goddess, all these amazing things. And I'm going to be at her house during this full moon, which is so fucking synchronistic, you guys. It's like not even funny. And eventually we're thinking and we're talking about, you know, teaching together and doing workshops, or even like, I want to do live events. Like I want to do retreats and live events in Sedona on my property, like all kinds of stuff. But I feel that this is that kind of thing. Like, what is happening in your life? Because whatever is happening in your life, it's like where you're supposed to be. Pay attention, because these are important things, you know? How is it that I'm going to happen to be in Oregon near Portland? You know, I used to live there with friends and doing like magical things. Not a coincidence, right? So this is from the book, the Gene Keys book, the Wisdom Keeper's Guidebook. The only thing needed for magic to occur is some form of a structure and an open mind. My gift to you. This is our message from this full moon. I bring you the love of realism and common sense. I want you to stay connected to your ideals and visions without losing sight of the practical aspects of the creative process. Just as a seed needs a shell and a river needs its banks, your dreams need you to understand the inherent structures of our world so that you can bring them to life. Ooh. Do not see these structures as stifling or for everlasting limitations, but as supportive vessels perfectly designed to take you where you need to go and no further. Dude, Sat Nam. Remember to keep the heart of your dreams close while holding all systems, religions, and mindsets lightly. Get comfortable with uncertainty. Think outside the box and use playful language. Seeming plateaus don't mean nothing is happening. Everything of true value lives within you. So be the eyes, ears, and mind of our universe. And soon you will be making magic. That is so freaking powerful, you guys. This is a powerful one. This is a big deal because Pluto has been here for a while. And for this moon to land right on this, you know, gene key while Pluto's there, conjuncting Pluto, like activating Pluto, shining a light on Pluto. It's like, dude, that is transmutation to the max. That is ultimate liberation. That is mutation that happens quickly in the blink of an eye. So let's stay open-minded to allow the universe to like move through us and show us like the right place at the right time, where we're supposed to be. You got to surrender and let go of trying to control everything. That is key right now. Stop trying to control everything. And that surrendering is going to completely change your life. Hey, Dawn, welcome in. Yes, super freaking magical. So, thank you guys. Yeah, right? She says, I like understanding my natal chart as a treasure map. Yeah, to activate my sacred geometry. Literally, that's what we're doing. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. So, the magic is there. Lots of cosmic pressure is necessary for roots to make space to crawl. Yes. Oh, I like that, Lish. So thank you guys all so much for hanging out. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for listening to me go on and on and on about this. I hope that you enjoyed this video, this broadcast. I hope that you guys have an amazing and beautiful time. Hello, Christina Maria. Welcome in. And yeah, I'm going to film the human design transit reading, and we're going to watch it together Friday night, but I didn't get a chance to create that event yet, but it'll be happening. And then we're going to be coming together in a Zoom webinar. I love that. Bernadine says this is perfect. In a Zoom webinar on Sunday to do the reading with Heather. And I can't wait for that. It's going to be really super fun. So come hang out with us for that. And yeah, have an amazing full moon, you guys. Here we go. It's like full moon in Capricorn, and then boom, Leo season. Hell yeah. Back to the fire. It's going to be exciting. So, Satnam, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful full moon in Capricorn, and I will see you on Friday for the human design transit reading, where we're going to talk about the 60th gate in human design. Satnam.